Begin in mountain pose with your feet together. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in and let it out as you bring gratitude, attitude into your mind and let go of all the thoughts of the day in your busy world. Focus on the present moment and your breathing as you walk to the front of your mat. Acknowledge that for the next 15 minutes, it will be all about you and your breathing. Make that commitment to yourself now. As you feel your feet firmly on the mat, bring your hands up over your head and arch back. Leaning forward, arms out to the side, breathing. This is your first stretch. Take it easy. Hands by the sides of your feet. Look up, fingertips. Step your right leg back and your left leg back into plank position. Lowering slowly, body stays even. Coming to upward dog. Thighs off the mat, rolling over your toes into your first easy, gentle downward dog. Palms are flat on the mat, fingers are pushing inward. Tailbone reaches high, back is straight. Kneecaps are lifted, pelvic floor is lifted. Come up into plank. Lowering slowly down, and upward dog. Thighs come off the mat, pushing into the tops of your feet. Roll over your toes into your next downward dog. Bring your feet in a little bit and begin to push your heels into the mat. Maybe they're not quite there yet. It's only your second downward dog. Feel the stretch in your armpits, widening your scapula. Pulling your ears away from your shoulders and your shoulders away from your ears. Bend each leg, each knee. Get some bend going on there to widen your sacrum. Lifting and bending as it feels good to you. And pushing your heels even further into the floor. Lift up your right leg. Do not lift your hip. Keep your hip squared. Just lift the leg until it's straight and aligned. Without getting a raise in your hip, keep them squared. Back to plank position, roll from side to side, push a little bit, gently rocking to feel the softness and the motion, the lightness in your body. Look down and plank, lower down into upward dog, stretch up, flip over your toes, and as you're working this downward dog, things should begin to feel more open. Put your right foot at an angle, lift your left foot forward, stretching up to warrior one. Taking it easy as we just are warming up. Now a little deeper into the knee. Feel the stretch in your right front hip. Arch back and look up. Your heel can be down now as you move into warrior two, and your hips are realigned so that they are aligned as you deepen the stretch into your knee, but not with your knee any further than the front of your toes. Stretch into warrior two, keeping your shoulders down, and reverse side angle pose. Feeling the breathing and the stretch in your side. And reverse into side angle pose. Extended side angle pose. Look up at your fingers. Feel the breathing. Awareness is on the breath. Come back into warrior two to stretch through to your next plank. You're down, gently in the arms, breathing. Exhale, inhale, look up, and exhale into your downward dog. Feel the stretch, pushing your calves down. Right foot forward, left foot angled back into your warrior one. Take it easy, gently stretch into it, arch back, breathing, awareness is on your breathing. Switch your hip position into warrior 2. Lower the knee a bit, not past the toes. Reverse side angle stretch. Reaching low with your left hand and high with your right hand. And changing now to the extended side angle pose. You can keep the hand up as it is, you see, or put it over the head closer to the far wall. If that's comfortable as we did it on the other side, you can see the two options. Come out of this, you're bringing your foot back into plank, lowering down on the inhale, upward dog, and exhale into downward dog. Readjust your feet if you'd like, and push now. Your heels should be able to go back after all this warm up. The sides, the outsides of the feet are parallel to the mat. Toes are pushing down, tailbone is lifting up, armpits are open, fingers are pressing tight into the mat. Lift your right leg to scoop it forward, lift your left leg to join it. Look up, fingertips touch the mat. Come back down with a breath. Looking up towards your belly button and feeling the warm up in your body, now allowing your alignment of your breath to keep moving you deeper and deeper and deeper as you step back in small steps or jump back to come into your upward dog and your next downward dog. Take a breath, inhale and exhale. Begin to feel downward dog as your resting pose, as your comfortable place in between other asanas. Lift your right leg and scoop it forward. Look up, fingertips touch, come down, and now you can stretch even further. Use the support of the backs of your legs to pull yourself further down. Take your 2 fingers on each arm and put them around your toes, your big toe, and pull yourself down. That position is called hand to foot pose. You're just using the fingers to wrap around the toes and pull you down with the elbows extending away from your head. Pulling yourself further and further, inhaling and exhaling deeply. Let go with the fingers and plant the entire hand up to the wrist under the foot so that the wrist is touching the big toes. The big toes are touching the wrist. And pull yourself inward and breathe and relax. Let your hands come out, put them flat on the mat, walk back or hop into plank position, lower down, chaturanga, upward dog, and look to the side, check on your feet, see if your big toe and little toe can be planted into the mat. Switch yourself into a downward dog gently and comfortably with your awareness on your breathing, and notice as the downward dogs get easier and easier. Lift your leg, keep your hip down, keep your hip squared, keep it flat for now. Heel is pushing away from your shoulders. Lift it a little bit higher, lift the heel upward, begin to twist the leg outward. Open the hip. Stay squared on the 2 hands to the degree that you're able. Keep your balance, open the hip, drop the foot behind you by bending the upper leg. Pushing the heel away from the knee, pushing the knee away from the hip and up toward the ceiling. Straighten it out, undo the pose, twist it down, square the hips, lower the foot gently, and change legs. Left leg, raise it up, Push the heel away from you. Push the shoulders away from the ears. Open the scapula and breathe. Keep the hips squared. Now lift the leg a little higher. Open the hips and feel the opening. Lift the leg a little bit higher and try to keep the arm balance equal. Bend the knee. Feel the hip opening. Lift the knee up toward the ceiling and push the foot away from the knee. Come out of the pose. Get your balance again. Square your hips before you drop your foot. Regain your center. Walk or hop to the front of the mat. Extend and lower. Arms out to the sides for a full standing. Hands over your heart to remember everything you're grateful for and focusing on your breathing. Hands come to the side in Tadasana. Open up into side triangle. Extended triangle pose. The hand does not need to come to the floor. The side needs to stay straight. Feeling this in the hips. Working to keep your arms aligned. One hand is directly over the other hand in a nice straight line. Your front foot heel should be aligned with the center of your back foot. Now change the position of your back foot a little bit as you extend the stretch to the intense side stretch pose. Now both feet are pointing forward and the hips are squared forward as much as possible. The right hip is pulled forward. Pull your toes off the mat toward your nose to feel the stretch in the calf. Keep your fingers planted firmly on the mat. Come out of that gently and switch to the other side. Align your hips so your extended triangle is smooth. The goal is not necessarily to touch the mat here. It's to keep your side straight. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Put your hands by the side of your foot in the front. Change your back foot angle just a bit. And breathe. Gently bring your forehead toward your shin. Stretch your hands further out if you'd like and breathe. Feel the gentle relaxation of the pose. Pull your toes up toward your nose. Continue breathing deeply. Yoga is all about the breath and the breathing. The awareness of the moment happens in the breath. Move into spread leg forward, fold, position A. With your knees strong and locked, your pelvic floor lifting, and the movement is coming from your hips. Turn your fingers around to section B, pose and stretch to the sides, two hands wrapped around one ankle. As you inhale and exhale, walk your hands to the other side and grab the ankle with both hands. Feel this in your lower back. And two-handed spread leg forward fold pose. Just let your head hang. Walk your feet in as you move into your shoulder squeezing pose balance, your first arm balance of this session. Balance on your fingers, relax, take your feet off the floor and just hold it there. This is the arm strength that all of your up dogs and down dogs are working you into. Just hold it there and breathe. Feeling gently relaxed and light. Place your feet back down and come on out. Namaste. Acknowledging you and your inner self for the work you've done. Come to standing pose and acknowledge yourself for getting to this level. Namaste. Let in the goodness and the beauty.